to continue with the Sonata in G major by Paul Benn-Haim. Paul Benn-Haim was actually born Paul Frankenberger in Munich, and he studied composition and conducting. He was actually a fairly well-known conductor in Munich. He was assistant to Bruno Walter at the opera there for many years. And he left Germany when the Nazis came to power and then moved to Israel, took the name Benn-Haim. At this point, he started changing his compositional craft. Before that, he'd been more German, kind of rooted, more traditional. He started looking more into Middle Eastern folk rhythms, folk melodies, more kind of ethnic folk sort of influences rather than sheer classical form. And this piece is a great representation of that. It's got all these hora rhythms, drones that go through. It was written for the wonderful violinist Yehudi Menuhin, and my suspicion is that there's a lot of Menuhin's influence in here because he writes extremely well for the solo violin, lots of open strings, which we love to play. But it also helps to make it sound like a little bit more of a fuller voice rather than just kind of like violin by itself. There's lots of open strings, lots of resonance to help it seem like more of a string quartet or orchestral work. 3 movements in G minor, like the Bach. First one, lovely Allegro, sonata form, very exciting. The second one, very segmented. It's like a song that kind of has different forms, and it starts very, very quietly and never gets incredibly loud. And it's very, again, stream of consciousness, the idea of maybe a Middle Eastern widow crooning over a grave or something. Last movement, very, very fast, very far away, and very kind of quick motions, not standard classical styles, but the idea that sounds which don't clearly speak, which you don't hear quite as well as you expect.